I got them dreads bustin', cause I might wanna let my hair down. Yeah.
Okay, family, I hope this video is finding you guys well. I'm already late, so I won't do a dramatic speech and I'll just get right to the point. This is my 1 month update, even though this has been a couple of days after that. Started my locks May the 13th. June the 2nd was my 1 month, but I waited until yesterday, which was June the 13th, to do my retwist and wash. How I wash my hair, I use the stocking cap method because my texture is so loose and my hair is so soft that it would have unraveled. When I took the stocking cap off, I see that they were still kind of like not unraveled completely, but they were, you know, in the almost there. So I know definitely that they would have unraveled if I had not wore that stocking cap. I want to address some concerns and questions that automatically come to mind when thinking about a 1 month update. So number one, what did my hair look like before I locked my hair? I wore them a lot in puffs. So I started off of my big chop journey, it was blonde. As far back I'll go is when I had my blonde hair and I had got it trimmed. After that, it started growing out and then eventually it shedded or broke off. Not unhealthily where I feel like I had to like do so much to fix my hair, but you know, just naturally the blonde came out. Because I didn't go to the beauty salon regularly to get my hair trimmed like I probably should have. The blonde was almost out, so that one trim took the rest of the blonde out. Like even now, I still have like maybe like a few pieces that I see with the blonde on it, but not obviously not visible. And after that, I started wearing my hair in a lot of twist outs, a lot of braid outs. My scalp was exposed. I looked like a little kid a lot of the time, but it was basically just an easier way for me to lay down. I'm not a scarf wearing girl, so it was easy for me to lay down, and if it started getting frizzy, I like that look, you know, it looks fine. And basically it was just a way for me to be lazy. So I just did that. I wore them half up, half down. I just stopped my braids how they were. So number two would be how my locks looked when I started them. My hair had grew to like the very top of my shoulders. I was starting off with a braid out and then I washed my hair. No, I did not record that, but I do have pictures of what my hair looked like right before I washed it. And then once I started my locks, I started them kind of big in the back with the thought of making sure that they were big enough so that they wouldn't be so thin to break off. I ended up making them way too big and I just got completely frustrated that night. I went to bed and just started over in the morning. Once I did that, they were starting to be like medium parts. It took me around 3 to 4 hours, maybe. I don't really remember. I didn't want it to be like perfect sliced partings, but I also didn't want them to be too crazy. So it's very at random. I mean, you can even see now, like it's not even a straight part. And I could have cleaned up my parts some more when I was retwisting last night, but it's the best that I could do because I was so nervous of making them unravel more than what they had already done underneath my cap. Number three would be, what was it like the first few days? What did I notice? First of all, it was severe itching, okay? And I said this in my last video. I am allergic to nickel, so the clips were on my skin. My hair was wet on top of that. It just did not mix. So I'm sure that's where the itching came from, because I hear that you get a lot of itching when you first start because your scalp is exposed, but my scalp is always exposed because I'm always doing braids, whether they were the mini braids or the chunky braids. So I was like, I'm already used to that. My head was itching so bad. It's not like I put a lot of products in my hair. I did little to none. So I don't know where that came from. In my mind, I'm thinking the nickel, just because I had my scarf on for about 2.5 days because I wasn't going anywhere. I don't have a hooded dryer, so I just had to put my scarf on to go to sleep. So that's what I noticed, severe itching. I was afraid to like put my fingers through my hair at first, but I'm like, no, it's gonna be fine, because I didn't want it to unravel because I sweat in my head. So I knew it was gonna start unraveling anyway, especially in my work environment. It's very hot, very stuffy. So that's what I noticed. I didn't start unraveling until once I get into about like week 1, you know. I didn't expect it to hold super tight because I didn't use a wax or a super hard gel when I first started my hair. Number 4, a few days in between, what did I notice? I noticed a little bit of hang time, but that could be just because my hair was starting to unravel because of the sweating. So I seemed like I had a little bit of hang time, but that was expected because my hair was going to loosen up. I wore a scarf at night, you know, regular. The first night that I did it, I had a bonnet just because of the clips. I tried to cuff my hair, cuff the clips under because it was on my skin, and I had really bad breakouts on my neck, on my ears, and on my the sides of my head that you can kind of see now from this last twist up. It was discomforting just because of the itching. I wasn't really able to enjoy. But when I went to sleep or when I was inside, my scarf was on. I wore it all day. I didn't care about the matting. I didn't care about it not being, you know, fluffy and had volume because I want this to mat up. So I wasn't even worried about any of that, which is very different for me because usually when I have a style, I try to sleep pretty and yeah. So number 5, at week 1, officially at week 1, I had some frizz going on, especially because I just, you know, laid down. I still had my sonnet scarf, which I was kind of contemplating, like, should I really wear this because I wanted to frizz up and mat up, but I'm glad I did because it maintained it. The only thing I was worried about was sweating underneath. I was worried about sweat in general this whole entire process because of the unraveling. Now that that month is kind of out of the way, I'm not as concerned, but I noticed that little bit of frizz. That was it. Nothing much was going on. Week 2, a lot of frizz, still a lot of frizz. Every week it got more frizzy and more frizzy. I didn't notice any locking. Of course, I would like go in and feel like at the roots, like, you know, it'd be hard, but that's because that's the coil right there. So that's not, I mean, I really don't have any like drastic changes, I guess, until like the last week. As you can see, it's like puffy, you know, but I still don't think I'm like all the way there yet. I do have a few budding, but I'm not all the way there quite yet. So I guess what number am I at? Last minute thoughts. Oh, gosh. The only thing really I was worried about was sweating. And then last minute I was like, I should have just started the last few times. Because I did try to lock my hair like 3 or 2 times before this. And I was like, no, I'm going to wait until I'm purposely doing the parts with the dreadlock in mind. So other than that, I mean, everyone always sits back and like, oh, maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have done that. That happens when you're making a drastic change. So the last update video, well, not the last update video, but the video I tried to record the day that I washed my hair, I had my hair wrapped up because I didn't like wash it or anything. So I went ahead and did it. It's kind of like formed this way because of the scarf and the clips. But I'm sure when I put my scarf on tonight and just lay it right on over, it's not going to have this much volume because this clips was in the space of it being molded down. I think that over time, of course, it's going to fall, but it's going to start being more flat. I do have some budding. I don't know if that was created while I was retwisting because I did have a lot of loose strands. A lot of loose strands. I know that people say they have loose strands when they like start off with braids and twists. So I guess I'm kind of in that in between because it was a finger coil instead of a regular comb coil. I'm assuming that could have had a lot to do with it, but I do have quite a few budding, like this one. Can't see it as much. Where is the other one? I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, I think this is it right here. You probably can't see it, but where's the other one though? It's like really budded, like it's tight and then a bud and then tight at the end. So I'm sure some of them were created when I retwisted them around, and I know they say not to do it so tight because it'll deform my lock. As long as my hair can lock, I can wear it at the end later because this anxiety of it unraveling is not cool at all. So yesterday when I retwisted my hair, it took about maybe an hour and a half, I think. I don't know. I have 109 locks. I know I'm going to get that question. I have 109 locks. So that could be why it took the time that it took. I'm just going off of because I watched a movie and a half of a movie, or not really a half of a movie. So I don't know. I didn't really take many breaks. I think I took one break to like get some water or something. I don't know, but I have a few clips on that to show you how I was retwisting. I just did like the front two, how I did it. One of it being really loose and then one of it being like kind of like matted out and not loose all the way. Has it grew? I don't think so. Maybe like the date of the 29th. I think I have a picture of that. It kind of feels like it. I don't know, like when I first did it last night, I could feel my hair on my neck more than I do now. But that could be because it was like bunched up with the scarf. I don't know, maybe definitely by month 4 it'll probably have some growth to it. Right now they're kind of sticking all type of ways because of my clips, and I know I put a whole bunch of clips. I put clips on each lock, but that's just to ensure that it's gonna start being trained in that way. And because I'm just new to this, I'm, you know, I probably like combine the clips on some of them. I'm not sure. I'll just see where this goes. Because this is only one day retwisted, and this also throws me off with my retwist because I should have retwisted the day I hit a month, but instead it was like almost a week after. So the 24th of this month will be 2 months for me. So I probably won't retwist for my second month, just so I can get back on track, because I don't want to keep being off of track. I want to retwist on the day that I meet that mark, because I need to keep tracking this. I'll still give you guys an update. I just won't be retwisting it. Any struggles this month would probably, well, month 1 would probably have been the anxiety of it unraveling, plus the sweating, and then dealing with the loose texture. That's about it. The excitement and the success will probably be because I got 2 compliments. The first guy, he was like, "Oh wow, your locks are coming in really nice," and that was so reassuring, because you know how you want it to look, but how does it really look to other people? It still kind of has that same spirally look to it, which is fine. I think it's fine. I think, you know, I'm in the stage where you can tell it's a retwist this time. So it's just so exciting. But then I got someone of, I don't know, he was of a lighter complexion. He was not black. I don't know, but he was walking. I was coming from an area at my job, and he was walking, and he did a double take and stopped and came back just to tell me that, "Oh, I like your hair." That was really cool too. So other than that, that's everything. I'll give you guys another close-up. I don't know, tell me what you guys think it's looking like. I actually feel like it's looking like the really curly type mixed type of texture. I'll insert some pictures because I don't know how to explain that, but I feel like it kind of has that look to it. Of course, once it starts maturing, I'm sure that's gonna go away. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I answered the questions that comes to mind. If you have any questions, I know you'll leave them down below. And of course, God willing, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah, I got them dreads swinging around. Yeah.